I always wonder who was the first Cherokee person to bring a punk rock record onto the reservation. Or imagining a Cherokee hearing the banjo for the first time. What an out-of-this-world experience that must have been. That Cherokee being was right here in the Appalachian Mountains, processing all that came their way, and I can't help but think that my existence, to some degree, is still doing the same exact thing in the same exact mountains, and that is magical. I could be wrong, but I'm quite possibly the first Cherokee to hear Murs bow. And I'm sure that first Cherokee to hear a banjo might have thought, what the hell is this shit? Just as I did when I heard that Japanese noise. But their ears, like mine, evolved. Seeing my first tattoo is deeply intertwined with the first time I heard punk music. Two things that would change my life forever. At 13, while sandwiched in the backseat of my sister's boyfriend's car, I saw my first tattoo, a little skull on the forearm of his friend Junebug. Even with absolutely no knowledge of tattoos, I knew the skull tattoo was crude. But just like the Bad Brains' first album, that was an example of how absolutely powerful and perfect crude can be. I heard crude again with my big sister Franny, who would drive me to school in her red Volkswagen Bug, the smell of gasoline leaking out. That's when she played Violent Femmes' Add It Up. I was 8 years old, and Add It Up was the most outrageous thing I had ever heard. I started sneaking into my sister's room to borrow her cassettes and CDs. The tower that held some 300 CDs glows in my memory like the Ark of the Covenant. The hunt for any kind of music that seemed to be rejected by the status quo came alive for me then. I wanted to hear it all. I wanted to own all that I could. It's interesting being part of an indigenous tribe where tradition is an integral part to keeping it alive, and being part of a punk community that is dead set on destroying traditions. For me, punk was saying fuck you to the lies that make me feel like I don't have a voice in the world around me. How are you gonna call me crazy when I went to your schools, your churches, your institutional learning facilities? In 1977, Werner Herzog filmed the third act of his movie Strozik on the Cherokee Indian Reservation. Herzog said Cherokee was one of the weirdest places he had ever been and that he had to film there. I've never felt so validated. I am intertwined in these mountains, as were my ancestors before me, and I'm continually grateful that I found the power of song.